goes on, people? Welcome to Den Night, and today we're looking at the ThreeZero Ranger Slayer figure. Quick look at the artwork on the front. Flap on the front side. Nice picture of the figure there. Window box. Kind of what you can see despite all the plastic. And some nice artwork on the back with some still images of the figure. And of course the ThreeZero authentication sticker. But with that said, let's get her out of the box. And here we got her all out of the box. So first thing I wanted to look at actually was her bow, which I'm pretty impressed with. Actual string, which I don't know how that will hold up in long term, but I'm sure if I had to, I could find more pink string and redo it if I had to. But I just wanted to look at this detail. I really always loved how her bow, Ranger Slayer's bow, was inspired by, or maybe it was even made from, the Sword of Darkness. I really don't know the full lore, if they ever told it, but obviously it's two Swords of Darkness kind of put together to make a bow. And I don't know if this is going to show up, but the arrow actually does have the notch. So nice little touch. You know, cheaper figures, it's kind of like a hit or miss on notching the bow to the, notching the arrow to the bow, but that was a nice little attention to detail thing. There's a lot of those in here. I feel like they did a lot better with this one than the Lord Draken one. So blade blaster, but in black rather than red. And if I can do it one-handed, it does transform from blade mode to blaster mode. Doesn't really stay though. That's the only thing. Nitpick there. Doesn't really lock in place. Open hands on her, and then she comes in an assortment just like Draken did. Fists, weapon, and kind of like other various options depending on which side. Oh, this is probably, that's her arrow finger there. Definitely. That's just, I don't know. That looks more like arrow to me. But let's look at the main piece here. She has the same thing as Draken did, but that works more towards her because she's a lady, where Draken, I don't know, like I said, he looks malnourished. Overall, a lot of attention to detail. She actually has a cloth cape. And semi-posable. There's a wire in here. Not the best posable one I've ever seen, but posable nonetheless. My nitpick is going to be this. How the cape just turns into this plasticky thing with this hard plastic collar. I wish they would have done it all fabric and just put a wire in here to kind of, you know, pose the collar a little better. I think this is really weird looking. Something's off about her helmet too. I don't know if her visor's just too big, or I like a lot of things about this figure, but the helmet is just, this is just weird to me. A little off. But Morpher, pretty good. Of course, the holster for the blade blaster. I also wish, this is probably a cost-cutting measure, but the way they do the diamonds here, they also did that for the, they're supposed to be armor on here, but they did it like the same thing. It's just a slightly different material rather than actual like molded plastic to look like armor. Kind of a weird choice. But, and this is the same, but I think that on her suit, I can't remember how that was. If that was leather here or if that was armor. I don't really remember. But, I mean, it's not a bad figure. I think it's better than Draken. A couple things that could be changed, but still a good figure. So, with that said, as always, thanks for watching. If you feel like it, like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things, and as always, keep collecting. Bye.